Welcome back to Solo Adventures. My name is Livi and I'm here yet again with another BGG Solitaire PnP contest game review. So today the game that we're going to be looking at is Back of House, which is a restaurant management dice worker placement kind of game. As usual, if you're not interested in watching me play, you can skip right to the end to hear my final thoughts. Otherwise, let's venture forth. So getting set up for Back of House is pretty easy. We start by putting 5 of each color on its corresponding station. So the black for the dishes, the red for the grill, the yellow for sauté, green for veggies, and blue for dessert. We put our morale and our tidiness trackers both at 6. And then we prepare the deck. So we take our deck of cards that has either 1 or 2 guests in this corner. This game also comes with some cards that have 3 or 4 guests, but those are mixed in to increase difficulty. So for just the normal difficulty, we're going to stick with just these. And then there's 9 possible event cards. So we shuffle up the event cards, and we take out 3 at random and set the others aside. And we shuffle up our main guest tickets here, and we deal them out into several piles. Okay, so we have 3 piles of 4 and 1 pile of 3. So the pile of 3 is going to be at the end of the deck. And now we just begin stacking the events so that they're evenly placed within the deck. And that's it. We are ready to go. So in this game, we're running a restaurant and we are attempting to keep up with filling orders on time. If we end the night and our morale and our tidiness are both at least 1, then we win. So we're going to do our best to be efficient around the kitchen. First things first is we have to deal out our order line. And we have to resolve them from 1 to 2 to 3, so from right to left. So by the end of this turn, this ticket needs to be resolved, or else it becomes late and some bad things happen. But I'm just going to get started. So your standard turn starts with 5 dice, and you roll them. Now you are only allowed to use 4 of these dice. One of these dice you're going to have to remove. And each of these numbers have a different corresponding meaning. I got a lot of 6s, which is not really so good, because the 6s are chefs. So I think you can only have 1 chef as far as I can remember, and the chef can change the results of 1 die to another number, so that's good, but the other 6s are not able to do this. So we need 2 sautés and 2 desserts and 2 dishes because we have 2 guests. So each of these dice has a different specialization, and if we put them at their proper station, then they're going to be more productive. So for example, this 3 is a sauté chef. So if I put him here, he'll produce 2 sauté dishes. However, this 2 is a grill chef, and so if I place him here, he would only produce 1. Even if I had another 3, you can only have 1 cook who's producing 2 units per turn, however. So we will have 2 sautés, and now we need 2 desserts. And we're going to try very hard to not get late, because if we start getting backed up, everything just starts to compound. So we're going to do our very best to fill this order this round. I will put 2 chefs on the desserts. And this chef is going to use his power to change this die to a 1. So we have 2 dishes coming out. Alright, so now we resolve the dice. We have 2 sauté, 2 dishes, and 2 desserts. And this one's ready to go out. At the end of each turn, we also have to decrease our tidiness by 1. So we could have prevented that if we had put a die there, and we could actually put up to 2 there. So if I had 1 there, then the meter wouldn't change, but since I didn't have 1, then tidiness decreases. If at any point these two numbers, when you add them together, are less than 9, then you have to start rolling the expediter die. So what that means is that you have to roll this die, and you have to get a 5 or 6 in order for the ticket to go out successfully. And if it doesn't go out successfully, then you lose the ticket and your morale decreases. So, next turn. Oh, first we send out this ticket, so ding ding, order up. And we draw another one. These return to the supply. And this is one of our completed tickets. So 5s are great because they are a sous chef. They are essentially wild, so I could put them anywhere and they can produce 2 units of whatever it is that they're doing. So we have the same order as last time, 2 sautés and 2 desserts. We have 2 desserts, and we'll have the sous chef making sauté. We will have the one doing the dishes, and we will have this guy tidying up, and we have to discard 1 die per turn. So then we resolve. 2 sautés, 2 dishes, and 2 desserts. Tidiness would decrease by 1, but we have a guy here who's cleaning the kitchen, so everything's good. And we send out this order. Oh, here is an event. So this event is going to be played next to the order line. It will be on top of the tickets. So there's always 3 tickets. It says, overcooked, a grilled dish was returned, so produce an additional grill and dish this turn and place them on this card. So I have to resolve this card this turn before I can resolve any other cards. Okay, so we thankfully have a grill chef. Don't have any dishwashers necessarily, but I will put this one here for sauté. This one will produce desserts, and it will change the result of this die to a 1. So then we resolve. 2 sauté. We only need 1 sauté, however, so this one is wasted. 2 grill. But first we have to put 1 on this card, so we have 1 left over for next turn. 2 dishes. We have 2. We only need to spend 1 here, and we can put 1 here. And 1 dessert. And the tidiness decreases. So now we have a total of 10, and we have to keep our eye on this. Otherwise, we're going to have to start getting the expediter out here. Ooh. Okay. So we need 2 desserts and 2 grill. So we have 2 desserts. And we always need dishes. And we can work the grill. And we'll have this guy tidy up. So now we resolve. 2 grill, 2 dishes, 2 desserts. Oh, one of these grills is left over, so I can put it on this ticket instead. Tidiness would have decreased, but we have a guy on it. And so we just advance. So we got a wild 5, that's good. Uh-oh. So we're gonna need 2 veggies this turn, but we only have 1 more die that we can use, and neither of them is a 3. So we're gonna have to decide what we're going to do here. So when we have a late order, we're gonna have to remove 2 food items from the tickets anyway, so it would make more sense for me to... Oh, wait, here we have 2 veggies. Never mind. I'm silly, that's a 5. So we have a 5, so we can get 2 veggies, 2 desserts, 2 dishes, and we will have this guy clean. So we resolve. This order goes out. And the kitchen stays the same level of tidy. So we need 1 veggie and 2 desserts for sure. So I'm going to have this chef over here making the veggie, and he's going to turn one of these into a 1, so we have enough dishes. And I will have this guy clean. So 2 dishes, 1 veggie, and 2 desserts. Send that one out and advance the tickets. Oh, okay, here's an event. Delivery. A delivery has arrived in back. Leave 1 die here for 1 turn to sign for the shipment. Oh, that's not helpful. So now instead of having to discard 1 die per turn, we're going to have to discard 2, and we'll only have 3 to work with. One veggie, 1 grill, 2 desserts. This one will take care of the delivery. This one we'll discard, so we have a wild and a chef. So I'm having the sous chef doing dishes. Apparently he's good at that too. So now we resolve. 1 grill, 2 dishes, and 2 desserts. We didn't have anybody tidying those, so we're getting a bit messier. So we have 3 and 6, we have 9. If this decreases by 1 more, we're going to have to start rolling with the expediter. So we do not want that. Okay. 2 guests want 1 veggie, 1 sauté, and 3 desserts. 2 people and 3 desserts. I like the way these people think. I am gonna have to work like crazy to get this many desserts, though. So we don't have anybody to clean, but at least we can get this ticket out. So let's do it. 2 dishes. We have 2 veggies. Oh wait, I didn't have anyone on the sauté. Oh, we're in trouble. 3 desserts. So what we have here now is a late order. So the expediter is going to have to review this in order to send it out. And we are going to have to remove any 2 of these from the line, any 2 of these cubes. And I have to solve that one this turn, or else they walk out and I lose this ticket and we lose morale. So we need 1 dessert and 1 sauté. The chef will tidy and have this guy on sauté. And these 2 guys will, well no, this guy will do the dishes and this guy will help the chef tidy up so we can actually make the kitchen cleaner than it was. So 2 sauté, 1 dish, 2 tidy, so we can tidy by 1, and 2 desserts. So the expediter is still going to have to review this one, however. So if we roll a 5 or a 6, it goes out successfully. If not, then we fail. 1, so this is a fail. We put this one in the fail pile and reduce our morale by 1. But the good news is that we have a good head start on this order. Woo, 3 5s, that is what I like to see. We have a grill. We'll put our sous chef on dessert. These other 2s are wild, these other 5s are wild, but they can only get me 1 cube instead of 2. And discard that one. Okay, so 1 sauté, One grill. One dish. And 2 desserts. Nobody was cleaning, so we have to reduce the tidiness. So we have a 5 and a 3, so that means 8. Now the expediter is going to have to review. So let's see if the expediter says okay. No, this is not working, so this is also a fail. Morale decreases by 1. Two veggies, 2 desserts, 2 dishes. And we'll have the chef clean up. Two dishes, 2 veg, 2 desserts, and we have to, we don't change the tidiness level, but we still have to roll for the expediter because we're at 7. 1. Oh my goodness, this expediter does not like me. So that's a fail. Morale decreases. Ooh, accident. One of the cooks has had an accident. Leave 1 die here for 1 turn while they get first aid. So this isn't looking good for us. The only way, as far as I can tell, to increase our morale is to be able to fulfill 2 of these tickets in 1 turn. And we are not doing well. We need to get this tidiness up stat. So even if morale is failing, we need to clean. So maybe I will focus on that. So chef will clean. And the chef will use his power to change this to a 1. Discard that. You will help clean, and you will make desserts. So, all right, let's resolve. 2 dishes. Tidiness will go up by 1. And 2 desserts. So we're 1 veggie and 1 sauté short. That is a late order. Ooh, and I forgot one of the cooks had an accident. Oh, that's even worse. I'm going to just say then that we didn't manage to tidy, so that sucks. Let's try again. This guy will do dishes. And these 2 will clean. I can have one of my die help out the expediter, so I'm going to increase my chance of this actually going out. Ooh, wait, I need a veggie, so I guess we'll just have to move that there. So let's resolve. We have 2 dishes. We have something for next turn. 1 veg. I am so scatterbrained. I forgot we need a saute as well. Like, what is up with my brain today? Okay, so yeah, no, this is an automatic fail. And morale decreases by 1. We lose this ticket. Not good. We are getting to the bottom of the deck though, so even if we still are just at 1 morale at the end, we still win. So we still have a chance here. All right. We need 1 grill, 1 saute, 2 desserts. I will have this guy help the expediter. 2 saute, can only use 1. 2 grill. 2 desserts. Now let's expedite. 1, no. Oh, also 1. No, this is a fail. Oh no. Okay. Our morale has decreased again. The end is in sight, however. We're going to need 2 dishes, 2 grills, 2 dessert. That's not gonna happen. I think we lost. Well, I can take my chef and I can change 1 to a 4. And I'll put the grill on, or the chef on here. And this one will also produce 1. So let's resolve. 2 grills, 2 dishes, 2 desserts. And we have nobody to help the expediter, so let's just hope that it goes out. 1. Oh my goodness, there is some... Oh no. Okay, so we have lost. This die keeps rolling 1s. I think maybe it's cursed. So our morale is at 0. All of our staff has quit, and we have lost the game. So that was back of house. What did I think about it? Let's talk about it. So as usual, I'm going to start breaking down this game with the build. The build for this game is very easy. It's just a board and some cards. Maybe one nitpick that I have with the creation of this game is that the only option for making the cards is the gutterfold technique, which is what I used to use, but I have a duplex printer now. So I would have liked it better if I could have just duplex printed the cards and not have had to worry about gluing the 2 sides together. But it's really not that big of a deal. I was immediately drawn to this game when I saw it the first time, and that was because of its art style. It's very simple, but it's colorful, it's clean. I really like this little kitchen with the little dice that you're placing in various places. I find it really cute. I like how on the event cards your workers are depicted as dice. Now this was probably done because dice are easier to draw than humans, but the thought of little dice going out for a smoke break is just cute. So the art and graphical design of this game is nothing super special, but it is clean, colorful, easy to read, it does what it needs to do, and I'm personally a big fan of it. So what did I like about the gameplay in this game? Well, in general, I had fun placing my little dice around and struggling to keep up with the demands of the customers. It really does give the feeling of working in an understaffed kitchen where everybody is just scrambling to cook fast enough. There's just not quite enough people to get everything done, and you need to keep problems from escalating to the point that they start causing more problems. You never feel like you are getting ahead. You are either falling behind slowly, or you are just barely managing to fill your ticket for the end of the turn. At least that was my experience. Maybe I'm just very unlucky with dice, or maybe my strategy isn't ideal, but it always felt like it was tough. Now, this is really good in my opinion because I like my solo games hard. What's great is that this game does come with additional cards that you can mix in to make the game harder. And if you want to make the game easier, you can of course play with fewer events, or if you want to make it harder, you can add in more events. So I feel like it's pretty simple to adjust the difficulty to just where you like it. What I do think is a bit weird is how it's possible for somebody to be very good at washing dishes and they can produce 2 dishes, but there's nobody who can be really good at tidying up. So they couldn't advance the tidiness by 2, at least as far as I can tell. That maybe is necessary in terms of gameplay balance, but logically it does seem a little bit weird. I think my biggest problem with the gameplay is the whole tidiness and morale system and how it relates to the expediter. Now, when you start getting the expediter into play, things start getting really frustrating. And this is because you only really succeed maybe a third of the time. And that's because once you start working with the expediter, unless you add another die to roll along with it, your chances of actually being able to get your complete order out in time is pretty slim. It makes me kind of want to just sort of give up on and abandon these dishes as lost, and just focus on the ones after that in some cases, just because if you don't have an additional die to roll with the expediter die, your chance is 1 in 3, which is not fantastic. And then of course, when you start having more problems, things cascade. When you don't get the ticket out in time, then the morale begins to lower and you get stuck with the expediter more and more. I think a way to fix this would be to have different levels of success for the expediter rolls depending on what your tidiness and morale meter looks like. For example, maybe if you have an 8, then you have to roll the expediter die and you fail on a 1. And then maybe if you're at a total of 7, you could fail on a 1 and a 2. And if you have a total of 6, you can fail on a 1, 2, or 3. I think it would really give more of a feeling of things getting progressively worse as they get progressively messier, because as it is, you just either use the expediter or you don't. So your kitchen is either high morale and tidy or it isn't. And I think it would have been nice if you could have different degrees of tidiness and different degrees of morale that go into your chance of succeeding at the expediter. All in all, I like this game. I had fun with it. I think that you should try it out. You have to be okay with randomness because this is in fact a dice game, so there's a lot of this game that is just not going to be under your control. Thankfully, because of the abilities, you can make some choices and you can use some strategy, so it isn't completely random, but it is possible to just roll really badly the whole game and lose because of it, or just roll really well the whole game and have no problem winning. So my final verdict is, this is a good game. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do here, please subscribe and consider supporting me on Patreon. You can also check out the group for solo adventurers on Facebook. So until next time, friends, stay adventurous.